work. Dr. Ruth Anderson and Michele Landers here for your personal month numerology for August 2026. Michele Landers, thank you so much for doing this. I so appreciate it.
I do as well. And I love doing this. Give everybody a little bit of just a little peek at what the energies are for you personally. And here is the formula. It's really easy. I do the heavy lifting for you, but just to give you an idea how we're going to do this is you're going to take your month of birth and your day of birth. You're going to add it together and reduce it to a single digit, and then you're going to add it to the number 1. So this is how it goes. If your birthday was November 11th, you add the birth month and the birth and the day numbers together. So it would be 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. That equals 4. Now, what's the universal year? It's a 1. When you add your 4 to the 1, you get the number 5. That is your personal year number. So we can do it with another birthday, which we'll use May 12th. You would add 5 plus 1 plus 2 equals 8. Now add 8 to the universal year of 1, and you get 9. That's your personal year. So don't worry about anything else. I will tell you if your personal year is, this is your personal month. So that's all you have to do. Month and day of birth, reduce it to a single digit, add it to the number 1, and then whatever that total is, make sure it's always reduced to a single digit. So if you got a 10, 1 plus 0 is 1, your personal year would be 1. If you got a 12, 1 plus 2 is 3, your personal year is 3. So got it? Listen, and if you don't get it, you can always call me or text me or email me, and I will send you the monthly numerological month interpretations. So you're going to get it one way or the other if you're interested. So let's just start with, if your personal year is 1, like the world, August is, again, a 9 personal month for you. So you're getting a double dose of 9, globally and personally. And the other thing I want to say about if you're in a 1 year, and this really does go for the whole world as well, this is you're in what's considered like a 2-year block of time, and a lot of wrapping up of old business habits, personal relationships are going to finally be put to rest. So you're in this 2-year block. In a way, it's like a quick like sweep of outdated ideas or expectations or confusions or doubts. But at the beginning of next month, you can begin to experience the results of whatever those cleansings are for this month. So focus on moving forward, although you may have some bouts of, I don't know, like, feeling a little bit emotional. But just know that you're releasing a lot of the remnants of what is no longer needed or necessary in your life. Whatever feelings come up, make sure you share them with someone close. Give me a call if you want. But don't doubt that you are ready. You're in a 1 year, you're ready to move ahead. Let go of whatever wants to be free. Hold on to what wants to stay, and look to a much brighter future. So this month, complete things before you begin. Next month is a different energy for you. So even though this is a month of endings, forgiveness, and release, you get to finish unfinished business. And again, let go of what no longer supports you. Just remember, every ending creates space for something better. Okay, let's move on to, if your personal year number is 2, August is a 1 personal month for you. And it brings in the energy of restoration. You're going to feel a new energy. You might even feel enthusiastic about things to come. So the universe it will likely present you with a new project, perhaps a career or business change. And keep in mind, if there is some new idea or plan you have in mind, you're planting the seeds now and nurture them. You can be nurturing them over the next year. So the advice here is to stay very focused on your plan, your dream, or your goal in order to bring it into physical manifestation. And your optimism may make you a little bit impulsive and a little bit vulnerable. So do your research. You likely will be introduced to new people. And if you're not already involved, one of them may evolve into a romance for those of you who are single. It can be a really pleasant period for romance. Just keep your head about you. So it's a fresh start, new opportunities. And this is your chance to initiate projects, make bold decisions, and plant seeds. And it's important that you have confidence and you believe in yourself and take that first step. So let's move on. If your personal year is 3, then August is an 11-2 personal month for you. So, okay, I've talked about it many times. There are a few things about the number 11. First, it's a master number, has a very high spiritual energy. And when you're under this vibration, it can present a challenge acclimating to the high energy. So sometimes people experience this on a physical plane as anxiety, but just know that I love 11 to enhance your intuition and your psychic abilities. So the key here is always stay centered, stay as calm as possible. Good advice anytime. Meditate as much as possible. Good advice anytime. But the universe is speaking to you a little bit louder this month. And an 11-2 requires you to be very cooperative, very sensitive to others, very sensitive to others' feelings. This is a month that you can smooth out long-standing differences if that's what you would like to do. You can feel optimistic during this time, and you can actually have some illuminating and really exciting experiences. 11-2 also can bring in recognition relative to your life. So 11-2 can also bring surprises, unusual experiences. So this month, what you need is patience and also attention to relationships and partnerships. So slow down, nurture your relationships. Know that cooperation, diplomacy, and listening is going to bring its own reward, and try not to force any results. Okay, let's move on to if your personal year is 4. August is a 3 personal month for you. Now, usually when that happens, a 4-year for many people is, I don't want to say necessarily stressful, but it can be a hard-working year, or it could be a no-working year. Like if you're not working, sometimes in a 4-year, it's hard to get a job, but don't worry if that's your situation, because that will change. And we're already in 8 months of the year, so something will come up for you. So anyway, what I was saying about a 4-year, sometimes it's a heavy workload, or sometimes it's no workload. But doesn't matter. A 3 personal month it kind of lightens the load for you. It's a good time to just be optimistic. It's a good time, and I think you'll feel that in with a 3 month. It's very social. It can be inspirational. It's a good time for enhanced creativity. You may have some original ideas or original thinking as far as your approach to problem solving. Some of your inspirational ideas you can turn into reality. And this month also brings in spiritual realizations and insights. And ask yourself, what can you do to change or to live more freely? The challenge, if any, this month is just to overcome three, ask you to overcome fear, or also confronting some injustice. So yeah, I should mention that about a three. I mean, three is very light and happy and buoyant and fun, but it also, the other side of three is you can be very critical of yourself. So then you can worry, especially with a 4 year. So let go of worries. Don't take matters so seriously this month. Just lighten up, express yourself. Okay, so if your personal year is 5, August is a 4 personal month. So you're, as opposed to the 4 year, and a 5 year is very busy and changeable. And but in this month in August, your career may be a little demanding, and it also could be a little frustrating because you're going to need to attend to a lot of routine matters. Some things may be tedious and boring, but this is not a time to slack off. Don't procrastinate. Commit to your responsibilities, see your projects through to completion. Again, no procrastination. A 4 sometimes with a 5 you can feel like maybe you're a little bit on an obstacle course this month. So again, with the 4, there's a tendency to worry, but don't worry. It's a time to just roll up your sleeves, get going on certain projects. You're likely going to have a lot on your mind, and these can be related to, personal issues, your home, real estate, work, maybe all of those areas, but take charge of circumstances. Refuse to be victimized by outside events. You need courage to stand up for what you believe and what you want this month. And this month, you can actually make some really fundamental, important, and positive long-term changes in your life. And this month also asks, especially I know with the 5, because that a lot of energy is with a 5 and a lot of changes and a lot of going from here to there. But with the 4, you can make really fundamental, important, and positive long-term changes in your life. And it is a month to become more organized. So focus on practical matters, create stability before making your next big move. Okay, so let's move on to, if your personal year is 6, August is a 5 personal month for you. And the number 5 is about change. And change is what you can expect this month. Expecting unexpected. This is a busy and active month. Things change quickly. These changes could be with your work. It could be your personal life. It could be health, it could be home, relationships, but definitely changes. It's a dynamic time, and it's important to be aware that things may not always go as planned this month, and that's okay. Be flexible, because in all areas of your life, flexibility and adaptability are really, really important. With all that said, though, there can be some very positive changes. A 5 month is about your free will and recognizing the free will of others. It's also a really good time for a little vacation. And like a 3 month, you can also find yourself more involved, like in social gatherings. So this month, expecting unexpected, but embrace change and new opportunities. Also travel. Changes in routine may shake things up, but in a good way, and stay flexible. So let's go on to, if your personal year is number 7, August is a 6 personal month. Home, family life, issues, family demands, even health are on the agenda for this month. You may have to make some adjustments. The number 7, year is a thinking and analyzing vibration. And you may find yourself thinking about things from the past and how they have affected you presently. So, do you feel that you might have misjudged a person or a situation? And relationships, the people closest to you, definitely may need your attention. And also, your advice may be needed. Overall, with a 7 and a 6, the 6 energy is very much about home and family, and people may be coming to you and needing you to listen to them. You may have to deal with some type of repairs at home, but the month is really love, home, and healing. Relationships, family, and self-care are going to take priority this month. It really is a beautiful month to create or restore harmony, to deepen your emotional connections, to create more balance in your life. So just lead with your heart this month. Okay, let's move on to, if your personal year number is 8, August is a 7 personal month for you. So 8 and 7, reevaluate what has happened so far this year and see, are you on the right course, the course that you wanted to be on? Do you need to have a little more patience? In 8 years, sometimes is lacking in patience. You may have this desire to perfect something or make something right. That's really very strongly indicated. But you have to be careful because your desire for making something more perfect, so to speak, it could result in you being very self-critical and impatient. So watch that. This is a month that responds better to slow moving energy and, very importantly, faith. Do think about where you are. Don't analyze or overanalyze, I should say, situations. Water related trips are so favorable this month. Rest is important. Retreat this month. Expand your mind. You may be giving your energy to some long-term project, which is great. So it's a great time to pause and reflect and invite you, go inward, recharge. Great for studies. Yes, great for studies, great for meditation, reconnecting with your inner wisdom before your next chapter unfolds next month. So quiet reflection is really what's demanded this month, and spending time near water, especially. I love 7 has a lot to do with water. All right, let's move on to if your personal year is 9. So your personal month for August would be 8. So this really brings about financial matters. So you may be taking a closer look at your financial picture, your financial situation. You may have to make some adjustments. You may pay off debts. You may acquire a new debt. But it's a good time to tie up loose ends, clean up financial areas in your life if you can. You may be considering some major lifestyle changes or some important decisions that you need to make. The number 8 is about power. It's about money. It's also karmic. And surprisingly, though, it could also bring in unexpected income. Often in an 8 personal month and 9 personal year can bring a stroke of luck, a payment from a forgotten source, or an inheritance of some type, or some kind of acknowledgement or recognition, or just simply somebody complimenting you on what you did, or thanking you, or complimenting you on your effort. So this month, step into your power. It's a powerful month for achievement, for abundance, for leadership, for recognition, and opportunities to advance financially or professionally may appear. believe in your value, and don't be afraid to claim your success, own your power. So that's a little bit about, the month for the 9 personal years. But what I really wanted to mention to people is, or ask you, why get a numerology report? And there's self-awareness and understanding. It helps you gain deeper insights into your personality, into your strengths, into your weaknesses, and your unique characteristics. And it gives you insight, guidance on your purpose, your career, your personal goals by interpreting your life path number. It gives you awareness of compatibility with partners. It's good for timing and planning. It's good for personal growth. It's good for clarity and direction. It's good for spiritual insights. It's good for stress reduction, believe it or not, because it provides you with a sense of order and meaning in your life. And it's also motivating and inspirational. So if you want to explore how a numerology report can specifically benefit you or your clients and your business, set up a free 15-minute consult with me at michellelanders.com. So I hope this has been helpful. And again, if anybody has any questions, they're not clear about it, they want a written copy of this, just get in touch with me and I'll be happy to provide it to you. And thank you.
Thank you, Michele. Michele, I have a question. You mentioned businesses. Can you do a numerology reading for your business?
Yeah, sure. I can. A business, as long as you have, of course, you have to have the name and the date that it was started. Now that's okay. On one hand, it would be the day that it was incorporated, if you were incorporated, the date of the LLC. That is really important. If you've started a business and don't have either of those, that information, then this is kind of, it's not definitive, but when in your mind, this is my business, this is the date, this is when I'm starting my business. Everybody has a date that, even if it wasn't incorporated or in an LLC, this is the day I'm starting my business. So I would use that. But yes, businesses have a soul and a purpose and a life path as well. So thank you for asking that question.
Yeah, so if somebody wanted to start a business, would it make sense that they would reach out to you beforehand and try to find out?
I definitely, I've done that. Yeah, I've done
the best
that.
time.
The best time to do it. Yeah. Based on okay, I have to look at their numbers to find out when is the best time for them to start a business. Yeah. Okay. So it is helpful on a lot of levels, That's how I started my business too, and it worked pretty well, so.
All right, there we go. Thank you so much. All right, friends, if you're interested, please reach out to Michele Landers, and we look forward to seeing Michele in a month for September 2026. So hang tight, and we'll see where August goes for us. So thank you, Michele, and friends.